Anime Sensei here, and today we're gonna be making "What If Naruto Was a Hyuga" Part 3 Remaster. Well, you see, I'm not sure, y'all probably already seen it, but I did upload Part 3 already, but it was silent because I assumed, because this is my first time uploading on something new. I'm not using my phone this time as usual, but yeah, the microphone apparently wasn't on, so it was pretty much silent. So I hope you guys enjoy this part. I'm gonna delete the other one because it's pretty much silent. You can't really hear nothing. But let's get straight into this. Oh yeah, you, I appreciate y'all support. It's a road to 100 by the end of the year, maybe. See if that can happen. Whatever happens, yeah. But let's get straight into this part. We last leave off with Naruto, Sasuke, and even Sakura as they ran over to Kakashi as he passed out. And Sazuna followed by, who told them, "Listen, kids, my house is nearby. We can even rest there." Team 7 nodded in agreement and proceeded to try to pick up Kakashi with Tazuna helping out. As they as they arrived, they were greeted by Tazuna's daughter, Tazumi. As she got Kakashi settled in, fixing up, getting him pretty much suited into the house, and he's staying in the guest room. And we move on with the next day when Kakashi wakes up. With him trying to figure out what to teach his team, he decides finally that it's time to teach them about chakra control. Telling them how to do the tree walking exercise, telling them that they need to put chakra into their feet, not too much, but not too little. Explaining this is the exercise that helps improve your chakra. Telling them to let some chakra go to your feet. Then Kakashi proceeded to show them how to do it by walking up the tree. So Kakashi left them to do their own thing, and if they had any questions to come wake him up. Kakashi proceeded to go back to his room, while Team 7 was outside. Sakura managed to get this down pat rather easily due to her A, low chakra, and B, great chakra control. Yeah, she has good chakra control for two reasons. One, she has low chakra, and the less chakra you have, the easier it is to control. So that's one reason why she was able to do it. However, both Naruto and Sasuke had some trouble until Naruto had the idea to act with his shadow clones. Yeah, he decided to create shadow clones and have them do it because he did by now figure out that he does get the memories from the shadow clones. So he has about 3 shadow clones walk up different parts, different sides of the tree. While Sasuke and Sakura don't understand what he's doing, they just proceed to go back to their own thing. With Naruto's clones eventually dispelling, Naruto getting memory on how to do it, making it easier and giving him more info on what to do, on how to do it, from what his clones had learned and did. As Naruto decided to try for himself, Naruto looked at his feet, put some chakra in it, and tried to walk. But failed again. But this time he managed to make it farther than usual. And it was able to actually walk up a little bit until he fell. After one more attempt, it actually worked. But he did kind of feel bad for Sasuke as the others didn't have the capability to make shadow clones like that. So he walked over and told him how much he needed to use. To which Sasuke just scoffed, saying, "I don't need your help, dope." with Naruto just rolling his eyes in pursuit, not really caring, with him going back to the scene. But as Naruto was about to leave, as Naruto was going back to his area, he muttered out a quick thank you and walked and continued to try again. But now they had more time to train since this time they have about 2 weeks, unlike in canon where there was only about a week until Zabuza would be ready again. So they have about 2 weeks to train and get stronger. Naruto got about 20 books. He went to the store to buy books. And luckily, I'm going to say in Wave, they did have some facts. And some of the books he has are his own books. So basically, as he's studying, learning more, mostly since he wants to learn more about elemental chakra from one of the books he also figured out that he had an affinity for lightning. Yes, Naruto found out he had an affinity for lightning, even though he ain't gonna act on it just yet. But one day, as Naruto was reading, Sakura came by asking what he was reading. As Naruto proceeded to tell her he was reading something about elemental chakra. Sakura does have an idea with this, but doesn't know because he did use it in the test, so is wondering if she'd be able to learn. With Naruto thinking, you'd have to train your body first to be able to use elemental chakra. Not everyone can use it. With Sakura going on to point at his books, saying, you must have a ton of books. With Naruto saying, well, ain't that obvious? Chuckling. So Naruto decides that he gives Sakura a book about medical ninjutsu. Yeah, he he just has this feeling that she would actually do pretty good with medical ninjutsu. Deciding to give her the book, he gave it to her and allowed her to study it. As Kakashi watched this event, he was actually happy to see his genin getting along and helping each other out. Realizing that Naruto and Sasuke wouldn't have to carry the team anymore, seeing that his second student, Sakura, was getting stronger, made him happy as well. With Kakashi about 3 days later, meeting up to them, teaching them, deciding to teach them the water walking technique, as they all managed to get a good hand on it, on the tree climbing, he decided he would teach them water walking. With them going nearby lake, Kakashi walking on water. With them all being shocked, but not too shocked, because, if you could walk up a tree, who's to say you can't walk on water, even though it's kind of surprising? He proceeds to show them and tells them how to do it. With Sakura not being able to do it as easy, with her walking on the water, realizing she's about to fall, proceeds to just stand in place. Yes, Sakura doesn't have enough chakra to stay to water walk that long at all. Not long at all. At most, 30 seconds to 60. So, Sakura can't even really water walk like that. As Naruto and Sasuke proceed to go try and do it. This exercise specifically is easier for Sasuke due to two reasons. One, he's not too good with chakra control, but he has chakra, but not an overly amount like Naruto. So Sasuke does have enough chakra to where this exercise is perfect for him, with him being able to do it easier than both Naruto and Sakura. But by the end of the day, after countless attempts, Sasuke earlier had taught Naruto and Sakura, giving them some tips. With them all not mastered, but had a good understanding, was able to do it for about, at most, a minute to two. being able to water walk. About the next day, Naruto caught Sasuke practicing his fire style with Sasuke saying, "What are you doing here, dope?" With Naruto proceeding to tell him, fire style. Here, take this book." With Sasuke grabbing the book, wondering what it's about. With Naruto proceeding to tell him, "This is a book about fire style. Yeah, fire style, some jutsus you could learn, and how to improve it. Also, according to Kakashi Sensei, with the better chakra control you have, the better your fireball jutsu will be, and more effective it will be." With Sasuke taking that into consideration, decided to train with his chakra control a little more. So, as they move on, about a week later, since they only have about a week left, we cut with them all doing the exercises that they were doing, with Naruto doing some push-ups, Sasuke doing some sit-ups, and Sakura running, jogging, yeah, jogging. Uh-huh. So, they were about done in about 30 minutes almost, with them all going to practice with their water walking, getting better, with Sasuke making the most improvement, with Naruto close behind. Sakura does proceed to improve as well, just not as at the same pace as Naruto and Sasuke, but she definitely is having improvement. Also, side note, I'm trying to develop Sakura's character more, because like, notice how like in the last would have, she wasn't there much, because I don't know how to develop it, so I'm gonna try. At least so Sakura will be a good character. You would develop her more, because I mean I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Canon Sakura was kind of useless. Even in Shippuden, she was useful at times, like during the war arc and all that. Don't get me wrong, but she just wasn't at her full potential. So I'm gonna see what I could do, because I know there is some Sakura fans there we have on the channel on this channel. So as we continue on, Naruto decides to train alone, thinking about how he could someday get the Hyuga clan to acknowledge him as one of their own and become Hokage. He suddenly starts to think on why. What did he do to deserve this fate that he had gotten? With Naruto thinking, what did I ever do to them besides the Ninth of his attack? Yeah, he does know about that. But basically, Naruto just proceeds to think about that the rest of the day, having that on his mind. About a day later, as we cut to the last week, this is the day of the fight. With Naruto waking up, he was surprised that he was late and that his team was gone. As he proceeded to get himself ready, which he continued to run until he started to sense something. And as Naruto sensed danger, he sensed Tazumi, yes, and Inari as they were both about to get slain. Both of them. But Naruto was able to catch the sword last minute, pushing back the man who was trying to slaughter them. Naruto just proceeded to take them out while leaving behind a kunai for Inari. Kind of defend himself if anything happens. As that happened, he continued to try and get to Team 7 as fast as he could. As he hurried after his team, he sensed danger from them. He felt a sense of urgency to get there. Naruto arrived just in time not to see Sasuke, as Sasuke got impaled. Yes, Sasuke got impaled by a few senmo as he was seemingly dead. Something suddenly cracked within Naruto, with him yelling, "How dare you! How dare you!" Naruto yelling, with Haku proceeding to say, He went out as a true warrior, a true ninja. As Naruto just looks at her with pure rage. Suddenly, his eyes go from about whitish, to pure red, with veins on his face as well, as it's the Byakugan. So, like, think of it like this: the Byakugan, basically the Byakugan, but you take away the pale eyes and you give it the QB eyes. That's basically what it looks like. All right. As Naruto was very mad, he was enraged, and Haku was very scared at this amount of energy that was coming off of Naruto. This immense amount of energy, this power, it scared Haku. And as she realized she wasn't gonna be able to win this, she let herself open. As Naruto used this and took this opportunity and punched her in the stomach as she coughed up blood, but did not die. Naruto wasn't going to kill her, as that would just be doing what she did to Sasuke. However, when Haku saw what Kakashi was about to do, she stepped in to save Zabuza's life, which confused her too. Zabuza had treated her very well for all they had been with each other. Yet she still offered herself to him. But before she died, she asked like a simple question: "Who are you fighting for?" To which Naruto realized he didn't need to get stronger for himself or for his goals. Naruto needed to get stronger to protect his precious people, the people he cared about, the people he wanted to protect. And that suddenly clicked on his head as he saw Haku fall to the ground and Zabuza standing over her, telling Kakashi that she was just a tool that had no use and finally actually made herself useful. She's just a simple tool, Kakashi, as you see. A broken one at that. Naruto's eyes were in their normal white state again, but now it goes slightly where you can see the veins as his Ryakugan activates again. He goes towards Zabuza with killing intent, huge amount of killing intent, to a point where Zabuza was actually intimidated by the boy a bit. Naruto proceeded to say these things. "How could you say that? She didn't mean nothing to you from all she did for you. She meant nothing? A tool, you say. She just died as a tool to you. She died to protect you. And you stand there saying she was a tool." There's pure silence going on as Naruto gives out his speech to Zabuza, with Kakashi not even saying a word, with Sakura and Zabuza and Tazuna. It's pure quiet, pure silence in the air. The entire time, Naruto now realized at this moment. He turned around. Zabuza's eyes were filled with tears, and he said, "Kid, your words cut deeper than any blade." Naruto was shocked. The demon of the mist, crying over his dead teammate. Naruto's shock and almost relief was cut off as a short man named Gato arrived. But when Naruto saw this, he was absolutely livid. You got that monster. After giving Sabu's the mission to do this, he couldn't even complete it. What a shame. And to think at first I was might have actually paid him. But I wasn't even planning to anyway. It was just an idea. With Zabuza asking Naruto to borrow a kunai, he charges at Gato and killed him in cold blood after slaughtering all of his men, killing them all, with Naruto and Kakashi just watching. After this, Naruto actually did respect Zabuza, even if it was at the moment of his death, as he passed out and died due to that. As Naruto looked down, realizing how unfair the ninja world was. After looking to his left, seeing Sasuke, who had finally woken up, as he was just in a death-like state. Kakashi picked up Sasuke and Sakura following after Kakashi. Kakashi checked Sasuke's pulse. After that, they took Sasuke back to the place as they proceeded to heal Sasuke. Sakura was able to heal Sasuke with her very basic medical ninjutsu she learned from the book Naruto had given her. In his books, which everyone else was pretty surprised to see Sakura be able to heal. They didn't expect this. As they get back, Tazumi proceeds to patch up everyone, and Sakura just decides to heal them up even more, and did an oddly weird job. Naruto felt bad, and he felt as if he was a villain, as if he was almost as bad as Zabuza, until Kakashi saw him, and decided to cheer him up. Naruto, you did incredible back there. How about you treat Sakura and Sasuke to ramen when we get back, maybe? To which Naruto smiled at this, with Kakashi smiling in pursuit, make him being happy to see his student happy again, and having him back to his old self. Even though he still is a little guilty, the guilt is really eased up. As they decided the next day they would go back, with them having a peaceful ride back to the village, Naruto decided to give Inari one of his kunai and a book so he could train to be a ninja. Sometime too. When the team finally returned to the village, Naruto instantly told Kakashi that he was pretty fond of that ramen idea, which had the Jonin laugh, as he decided to take them all to ramen. Ichiraku ramen. Naruto ordered, about 10 bowls of ramen, and Kakashi was so surprised he actually left, then paid, as he did make a very good amount of money as a Jonin since he was fairly wealthy. But it was time for Team 7 to go collect their money and their award. As their mission to guard Tazuna, they were paid rather handsomely, which made them very happy. On a very random day, also Naruto, with this money, decided to buy a new apartment. Basically, think of like, I'm not sure if y'all seen that episode, but where it showed what Naruto's past would have looked like if his parents were alive. Basically, I'm not sure if y'all know, but y'all can look it up. His room basically looked like that. Basically. So he got a new house and all that. And as we continue on, randomly a few months later, one day, Kakashi told them something rather important. The team was entered into the tuning exams, and the three were shocked. and were actually kind of happy until Kakashi told them they had about a week to train. Well, they weren't too happy, to say the least, that Kakashi told them last week. Kakashi Sensei, if you knew about this the whole time, why didn't you tell us about it? With Kakashi telling them, "Oh, sorry, Naruto, guys, it slipped my mind, no?" Kakashi said with a swept drop. As they all decided to train, Sasuke decided to train himself in the Sharingan since he had unlocked it in Wave. Naruto realized the Shadow Clone Jutsu was even more useful from previously figuring out what it could do to its max abilities, and decided to train his Byakugan a bit more, while also training with his Shadow Clones to get more experience and to get stronger, with Sakura getting better at medical ninjutsu and advancing not too much, but at a below average. But she's starting to get the hang of infusing chakra into her fists. And Sasuke decided to go to the Uchiha library. Yeah, that's still a thing in this what if. And decided to copy some jutsu with the Sharingan and practice them. And Sakura did find out she had an earth affinity with her going to the library to figure out a jutsu to learn for earth style. And she did improve her medical ninjutsu a lot. So needless to say, the team was rather prepared to enter this tuning exam. When Kakashi brought them to the first test, they quickly summed up, got the courage, and walked in. Also, the fight with Rock Lee did happen the same way in canon. Only difference is Naruto put up a very good fight. He didn't. Only reason he lost was because A, he didn't use the Byakugan, and B, he didn't expect Lee to be that skilled. So yeah, as they enter the room, we proceed from when they enter the room and walk in. Naruto sat next to Shinon, who they both gotten pretty closer, started hanging out, and even became pretty good friends. But also, Shinon's princess heritage and lineage, she does find out about this, but hasn't told anybody. The only people who know is the Hokage and her uncle. She hasn't told Naruto about this yet, but he is aware that she's a Senju. So Naruto does know that she's from one of the good clans. Sasuke and some weird shinobi sat together. Sakura sat next to Tamari, and the test began. Naruto was able to answer about 3 questions on his own, but for the rest, he was kind of confused. However, even when the instructor revealed that if they failed, they would never be able to take the tuning exams again, Naruto still decided to make his speech, saying he wouldn't give up, with Ibiki telling them that they passed, since about the same amount of people that stayed in canon stayed. Telling them that you have to learn how to gain information. Let's say theoretically, you're on a mission one day, and you need to gather info, and you get caught. It ain't going well for you, which is why we're teaching you how to gather information. We want to teach you this, so you'll be able to do it. Also, oh yeah, Hyuga Kid, the one with the brown hair and the blue jumps, the one with the blue jumpsuit. You're pretty smart, kid. Can't lie. And with Naruto saying thanks. As they passed, Naruto had a smile with the rest of Team 7, with them carrying on to the next portion of the exam. Would be pretty difficult from what they heard as they carry on. A day or so, they come back to do the second part. And before that, they just decided to chill. As they meet up the next day, they are told that they are going to be doing the second phrase, the force to death. So, alright guys, that's where I'm going to leave it off. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please, hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is basically re-upload since the first version was silent. I hope you guys stuck around to the end, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Anime Sensei out.